Hello friends, welcome back to the class. In previous class, we already completed our first exercise of our second chapter. Let's move forward to our next topic, which is distributive property of multiplication over addition. It is simply, by taking an example, I will explain you. In a box, it has 1, 2, 3, 5 rows and 3 columns. These sections are called columns and this section is called rows. Next box, we again have 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Again we have 5 rows, 5 rows and 4 columns. We need to here find the total number of blocks. This is an example. I will explain you about distributive property of multiplication over addition. Here we have 5 into 3 boxes, and here we have 5 into 4 blocks. We simply find the total number of boxes in two ways. In first method, we firstly find first box numbers and we get 15. In second box, we have 20. By adding first and second, this is second one, we get total number of blocks, through which we get 35. Here we write it as first plus second. In our second, here we get 5 into 3 plus 5 into 4. Through we simply see that 5 is a common between these two. Then we take 8 as common and in brackets we write the remaining columns and we get 5 and 3 sum of 7. Simply we get 25. You see that in our first part, when we add simply these blocks by individually, we get 35, and then when we use our property, the distributive of multiplication over addition, we get again 35. This is all about distributive property. We only need to see here the common term, then we take the common and remaining parts will be written in bracket and the answer will come very easily. Let's move to our next topic, which is identifying addition and multiplication. It is only here. Identify addition and multiplication. Identify multiplication and addition, in which we firstly identify the addition term, in which whenever a given number is added to 0, its result will not change. Like when we add 5 plus 0, 0 is our here. To our given number, we get again 5. The result doesn't change. So this is identification of addition. In multiplication case, we have like whenever a given number is multiplied by 1, its result doesn't change. Like as example, we have 5 again. when we multiply it by 1, because 1 is our given number and given number is 5, we again get 5. So this is the identification of multiplication case. Whenever we multiply by 1, our given number doesn't change its value. And the same as addition, whenever we add 0 to our given number, the result will be never will change. So let's try some examples related to our problem for distributive property. Related to our distributive properties, like from NCERT book, a school canteen charges from NCERT book, like solve according to distributive property. This first part is the school canteen charges ₹20 for lunch and for ₹4 for milk. We need to find here how much money does you spend in 5 days. We need to find here total cost for 5 days. This is our question. Now given is that the school canteen charges ₹20 for lunch and ₹4 for milk. We have here two methods again. Method 1 and our second is method 2, in which we simply find our first part as by the cost of, by individually solving the milk and the lunch, the cost of lunch for 1 day, which will be ₹20, and same the cost of lunch for 5 days. We simply multiply our 1 day cost to 5, we get ₹100. In our second part, we have for milk, the cost of milk for 1 day is ₹4. This will be simple. Then we find the cost of milk for 5 days, which will be again we multiply 1 day rupee into 5, to which we get ₹20. Here for total cost, we simply add cost of milk plus cost of lunch for 5 days. These both costs are based on 5 days. So for milk we have ₹20 and for lunch we have ₹100, to which we get total rupees of 120 for a 1 day, for 5 days. This is our first method. The second method we have, like we only the total cost. Firstly we write the per cost, the cost of lunch for 1 day, which is ₹20, and the only is common, the cost of milk per day is rupees. We here add this the per day cost, which is per day cost. We here write as total per day cost, which is ₹24, and we need to find here the cost of last 5 days. So we simply the cost of 5 days, for which we simply multiply our total rupee of 1 day to the period of days, so which we again get ₹20. So these are the two methods for solving according to distributive property. In this example, we have the school canteen charges ₹20 for lunch, and for milk it charges ₹4. We need to find here the total cost for 5 days. We have two methods for solving this question. In our first method, we have the cost of lunch for one day, which is rupees 20, and the cost of rupee 5 day will be become 20 into 5, through which we get 100 rupees of 5 days. And for the milk case, the cost of milk for one day will be rupees 4, and for same as 5 days, we get rupees 20. Then here we need to find the total cost of last 5 days, to which we add the cost of milk and lunch for 5 days, to which we get rupees 20. In our second method, we need to only find per day cost, to which we need to find the cost of lunch for one day and the cost of lunch for again one day. Then we add this total amount, to which we get the cost of one day, and we need to find here the 5 day cost, for which we simply multiply the need day into 1 day cost, to which we again get 120 our answer. I hope you understand this example also. Let's solve our next example, which is again based on distributive property, which is like in a product sum, which will be 12 into 35, for which we need to simplify it first according to our distributive property. When our second number is given, always try to take it in nearest 30 form, which is easier to by multiplication, which we get 30 plus 5, which we get 35. Then we write it as 30 into 12 into 30 plus 5. This become our distributive property according to our distributive property, for which again we need to open this bracket by multiplication between these, and the addition is given. Again we get this one. By solving this, we get 36 360 plus, which we get 60. So the answer will be 420. I hope you understand this way easily. Let's see another example, which is like 126 into 55 plus 126 into 4, for which we simply see that 126 occurs in 2 times. So we again taking its common and write these in brackets form. We simply add this number and multiply it to our required number, through which we get our answer. 18, 3, 2, 11, 33, 10, 1, 6, through which we get our answer as 7,434. Be careful, I changes this number from your NCERT book. There it given as 45, but I take it as 4. So our answer is different also. So let's move to our next topic. Our next exercise, which is exercise 2.2, which is totally based on distributive property. So let's start our next exercise, which is exercise 2.2, for which we need to write our first question. 837 plus 208 into 360. This is our first part. Our second part is 962 plus 453 plus 1538 plus 647, for which we simplify it as by adding this number very easily by taking 2 parts. Firstly, we add this part, or we try to add the smallest part, leaving the greater parts, through which we get 1, 7, and 5, and then add to a greater part, which we get 8, 10, 14. So its answer will be 1408. For again this, take the greater part to the spare and smaller part to spare, and we get 1964 plus 1538 bracket plus 453 plus 647 as our second part. So we get 10, 10, 15, 3500, and through which we get 0, 10, 1100. We simply see that these become very easy as compared to these complicated given numbers. 0064, to which we get our first answer as second question answer is 406. I hope you understand this very simpler form. Let's solve our second question, which is based on products parts. Now A part is 2 into 1768 into 50, and our B part is, so it's E part. I leave some parts for your homework. They are very easy and similar to the given exam questions. This is C part. 8 into 291 into 125. In question 2, you have homework of B part, D part, and F part for your homework. Do yourself and try. If you face a problem, please please ask in my comment section. I try to resolve problems related to this. You simply see that by multiplying these small numbers, we get a easier number, so which we get. Try to always multiply the two smaller numbers and compared to a large number, so which we get 100. We need to here simply apply two zeros after a given, then we get, this is our answer. For this again also we have 5 into 3. So for which we again multiply a small number as to compare our large, so which we get 0 and 30. Again we need to apply 3 zeros, 15, 24, 5, 2, 6 and 8. Commas are according Indian system.